Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our continued fun Let's Play Doki Doki Literature Club Plus for the PS5. My name is Flightless Bird. This is your story based gonna be channeling today. Today we go full Yuri run. Before I do, I don't know if I've ever done this before, but if you click the DDLC button after you've completed the game, it goes back to the poem. And then it says you need to reset before it'll do anything. So I just thought that was really interesting. The game literally does not work. So yeah, we're gonna go to files. We're going to hit reset and goodbye. And we'll pick us back up with Yuri. Hope we all having a wonderful, fantastic day here. As we are immediately going to jump right in. And chances are, we should probably be able to skip a lot. Now, I don't think we've ever done the Yuri event in Act 1. So that may be one of the new things that we do. Because I'm pretty sure, as I said, I don't think I've done it. But besides that, everything, you know, should flow really smoothly here in the early going. I'm gonna go ahead and write a perfect poem. I'm gonna go ahead and write a perfect poem here for Yuri. We'll see how it goes. And secretive. Perfect Yuri. Write a perfect poem for Yuri. That wasn't so bad. Goodbye, Monica. Just like, goodbye. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting him from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of a book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crud. I think she knows me looking at her. She seeks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in a book. I'm sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. Aww. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart. Well, that's kind of dark, isn't it? I mean, you made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Foreshadowing. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Flightless? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one, letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should just let you know that I had this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's, I really don't think you need to worry. I mean, that just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slam my desk until it's up against Yuri, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. And that way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Such a beautiful picture. God. So nice. To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the best I can do. By the way, why are they starting like in the middle of the book? Like, I know you can't see the left side, but it clearly looks like they open to the middle of the book. Since you're being so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turn the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses a lot of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Flightless, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't realize you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I I guess I more meant that's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Hi. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might even have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing a thought. Is that right, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. No, it's not. It's fine. Yuri released his hand from the book, caused it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing, so we're gonna skip ahead. Who we're gonna show it to first? Obviously, Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. And away we go. We'll go with Monica next. That's a weird skip thing there. It, like, skipped for 1 second, and then it, like, shot forward. See? It does again. It's like the game, well, what was that sound effect? Like I said, this game is more scary and stuff when you skip it. Flightless, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Wow, that's harsh. What? Harsh, yeah, exactly. I like when the protagonists are on the same page. What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're so proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're put off just trying again. That's fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing that you're part think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Yeah, we've seen that one before. I don't remember like all the poems we've seen, but I remember some of them. I'm pretty sure I chose Yuri on the first playthrough. I did. This makes things a little bit easier. After all, we have Yuri's story to do at the end of Act 1, so you know there is quite a bit of story still left to see. All right, let's time to. Is that even a word, Fuzzbird? Or a sentence, or a thought, or any intelligible? Let's compose the perfect poem for Yuri, is what I meant to say. Alright, that's 2 poems down for Yuri. And this chapter, I think it's gonna go by really fast, because didn't we write our second poem for, Yuri, or was that our third? Ooh, someone just got slapped, it sounds like. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. Maybe it was day 3 that we did, Yuri. Words. I was just kind of waiting for you. Well, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I take some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me a water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I am going to plug this in the teacher's desk and we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. especially because of her long legs. Yeah. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just, Yuri was going to make some tea, so, I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's, Monica, please mind your own business for once. Yeah, you tell her, Yuri. Or do you want me to tell that there's something wrong with helping involve Flightless in club activities? I'm pretty sure I read that sentence wrong, but I got the gist of it, I think. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Flightless. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Flightless, how come even when I do something bad, you're being so nice to me? Because? Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem like in your head. I mean, nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Flightless, I really like being friends with you. Well, thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Nothing weird happening on this day, that's good to see. Flightless, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I really don't know what oolong tea is myself, but sure, why not? Anything is fine as long as you're serving it. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle up to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything, I mean, you could put oolong, green, whatever, and I wouldn't know the difference. Hoo-hoo. Oh my gosh, she sounds like Monokuma there. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. Then it's you who's around anyway. Well, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Flightless. It's very endearing. Well, that's, Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I want Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Flightless, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't even realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always slouched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. I'm so glad she didn't say, It's because my dad beats me, so therefore I have back problems. Maybe that's like the day 2 thing, but I mean that nonsense with Natsuki really ticked me off. God, it made me so angry. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. Heck yeah. It's a bag of small chocolate candies I kept hidden from Zora's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assumed the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Huh? Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. All the dots. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrappers. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Such a beautiful picture. Like seriously, it's one of my favorite pictures with the with like the white puffs. I mean, it's not dandruff, but I mean, it almost looks like snow coming down. And her eyes and the purple hair. I mean, it's such a beautiful picture. Oh, and her headband, of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop there. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what happened. Flightless. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel a hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! You block. Ugh! Bad timing. What? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Flightless, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that it's something that neither of us will have the courage to bring up. It's kind of weird because I remember seeing that that dialogue. But I think it was different because of when it happened. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Flightless. This one may even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Well, maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really want to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so offer patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. You and your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. It's with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. What's interesting here is this poem's about cutting bread, and in the Act 2, she like cuts herself, right? And at the end here, it says, a rush of blood. I slice the bread and feed myself again. So it's almost like the raccoon is a metaphor for her cutting herself. Right? Am I reading this correctly? Oops. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Flightless. That's exaggerating just a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Alright. I have no idea who I chose. I chose Sayori. Oops. I meant to do skip, and then I ended up going into some weird menu configuration. Yeah. This is why I'm not a speedrunner. I'd fail on the menus. Huh? Well, I can admit that's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. Well, that's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Eh? What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to be just like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Eh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down, please. You know, Yuri would love this kind of, this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean. Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shows up, pull my hand at her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. You wrote for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting younger girls step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. So he admits it. Well, I never got to see Natsuki's poem. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's very talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most, romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. And when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that? You must be pretty into her. Oh, what? You completely misunderstood. Haha, calm down. I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's really nothing really wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me and delete me, right? Or save me and love me. Yeah, we see this one. And away we go. I wonder if there'll be anything new before the next poem. Probably not. I'm guessing probably not. I would walk home with Yuri, absolutely. So I guess this changes based on the girl that you're romancing. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart doki doki? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it. Jeez, there's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe, but I just like to think about it. It's not too long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori! Can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. Alright, next poem. Number 3. Let's do it. Not a perfect poem, but it's okay. We don't need it to be perfect. We just need one to be perfect. I try to get them all perfect, but the problem is, you literally get instances where it's impossible to get perfect. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone and start a conversation on her own accord. So I had no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up on my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax. You didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be left alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expressions. And not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who are willingly sharing that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. I want to ask her about it. I don't want her to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just don't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little bit too much. Flightless. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think there may be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what she may be going on the inside in her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware in you. But that is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I am a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Ah, that's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we try to do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. All the dots. Okay. Let's start with a girl. Flightless, your writing has only improved in these past few days. Every poem you show me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yeah, absolutely that's so. I mean, don't sell yourself short. You're really awesome. And yeah, Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioned that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something you never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Flightless, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers and discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. Yeah, I know I had to skip on here for a while, but I got wrapped up in the story. I didn't even notice it. Finishing the poem, I hand it back to Yuri. I hope I didn't skip the poem. Like, there's no way for me to go back, unfortunately. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. All the dots. If it's a new poem, I'll be able to see it when I end the chapter. Do you dislike it? Ah, no, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems being too cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one's about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. Let's go see if I can take a look at that poem. Because unfortunately my my skip button there didn't catch the poem. Yuri's special poem, acquired by writing all 3 poems for her. Alright, let's read this. Ghost Under Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing in the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses the path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds, the silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers, my heart pounds. He raises his arms and time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand, the flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green, my heart is amber. Cool. So basically, this is her way of saying I love you, I guess. I'm glad I took the second to stop and look at that poem. Yeah, I know I could skip through things I've already read. Oh, wait. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So, thank you. And I hope we can keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I can see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her. But instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back toward me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can... the poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you could do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we could talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put the poem away. Nothing new for Sayori. Natsuki once again. Yeah, no thanks. Hey, you didn't even... Next! Wow! Wow! Tell me how you really feel, Natsuki. Man, that was cold. Your style's gotten so refined, Flightless. Yuri's been teaching a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's haha. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the clubroom every day? Reading that edgy novel with her? Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Okay. Probably skip through all that. And this time, we are definitely going to spend time with Yuri. Well, I'll probably be the most useful helping out Yuri. Who, me? Are you serious? Why would you? Natsuki, I can already tell that you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying, ugh. So, you'll be helping Yuri then, Flightless? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the banking yourself? Yeah, I guess. I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Flightless? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. Well, that's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No. That's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Flightless picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken back by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I could tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori would always help everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I wonder if this is foreshadowing that she basically takes Sayori's role in the second act. No. I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. Huh? You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone picks up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that totally slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. Not like I should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room's clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Flightless. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait! You don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason why you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason you're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, I think you may be slightly overthinking this. You want me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As it took a tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. And after that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. Now, I know I said I'm going to do all of Yuri in one day, but I just passed an hour. Now, granted, I do have some stuff to cut, which will probably take up a little bit of time. But I'm about to go into an entire Yuri arc here, and this could take 20, maybe 30 minutes. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. I know, I can't believe this either, my friends. I am totally with you. It's like the game is telling me. I can't believe this. You got this point, and you're gonna stop here? Here? Come on, Flightless! But yeah, I am going to stop here. And if the next episode ends early, due to us getting through Yuri's second act, because the goal is to get through the second act in the next video as well. What I can do is I can start on the secret endings. For instance, there's a quick run where we basically just I mean, this to me sounds perfectly reasonable. You just delete Monica at the start of a new game. Yeah, you just go in and just delete Monica. I wonder what happens if you do the other characters as well. I don't know if the game will let you, but I'm gonna try that too. And then in the next episode after that, we'll do the good end. There's a lot you had to do for that. And after we do everything, I believe what we're going to be doing is working on the side stories at the end. There's still some secret stuff in the game, but I think I'm probably going to do maybe the secret stuff after we go through the side content. So that's the goal moving forward. Thank you so much, my friends. I love you all so very much. And again, apologies if I stopped too early for y'all. But we will have more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus very, very soon. Don't you worry. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for everything. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, awesome day. So long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.